Hello. I guess, well, now I lost all my train of thought and everything. What a nice angle we have here. Okay. Well, no one's here because the stream fucked up. Well, I guess I'll just go on a rant, and you can always watch this afterwards. It's a little weird because the instinct here is to look straight forward, but then you're looking beside the camera on the phone because it's not in the middle of the screen. It's way out on the side. Well, yeah, I'm using my phone and the regular 4G because my Wi-Fi seems to be not working too well right now. Well, I was talking about people and their fucking eating. It becomes more and more apparent to you how like almost everyone are addicted to eating in one way or another. When you've done so much fasting and just cleaned the gutter, you got rid of all the crap, all the addiction. And I don't even have the 100% clean diet, in my opinion, yeah, it's just, oh, so a like popped up, I can't see it. Okay, so it looks like someone is watching. Never know with this view counter on YouTube. But yeah, people under eating. Um, like always, when you're working with someone trying to improve their diet, it's so often the presumption is that at some point junk is going to be part of the equation, and it's frustrating when you don't eat any junk and you don't have any craving for it, and you've had that before, and so you know that this other person could end up in a spot when they are not craving the junk either. But so many, like, think of it, all the mainstream diets or ways, like information about losing weight, it's so much like, yeah, of course you can have cheat days, of course you can have cheat meals, or you have like Greg Doucette diets that are like half the meals are cheat meals, but like designed with low calorie alternatives, like artificial ingredient stuff, like super processed food that kind of mimics junk food. What is the snake diet? Someone asked. I see. Hello, by the way. I can't view the. Okay, here. Can I view the chat? Live chat? Yeah. Medul 10 Alpha. But by the way, what is snake diet? That's interesting. Most people that follow this channel probably found me through the snake diet. See some people dropping in. Yo, please like the stream. Please talk to me in the chat. This stream got a little messed up because of connectivity issues, so I'm streaming from my phone now. Well, the snake diet is basically prolonged fasting made into like a diet. Like Cole Robinson promotes it. Prolonged fasting, meaning not eating anything at all for several days in a row, under the name of the snake diet, or basically like. The funny thing is that the snake diet isn't really one specific diet. It's just kind of more to promote a concept, instead of just fasting, or low carb, something like that, It's like he calls it the snake diet, and yeah, but it's mostly prolonged fasting, but it is fasting focused. But so he has, throughout the years, Cole has come up with many different routines for different people to use fasting, mainly to lose weight, but, for self-development reasons and other health reasons, basically. I see someone ask something else in the chat. Well, if you want to know more about prolonged fasting, you can ask me that, but the snake diet is basically different kinds of prolonged fasting promoted from by Cole Robinson from the start, and under the name the snake diet. Someone has something else there. Ashish Sharma, what's up? Do you lift weights on dry fasting? Well, I don't do that much dry fasting, and always when I get the question like that, I want to know, why do you want to lift weights on the fast, or why are you asking me that? Because I don't know, to be honest. Like, when I'm thinking, or when I'm lifting weights, I want to get stronger and build muscle, and I obviously can't do that fasting. Like, where is the muscle gonna come from? I can get indirectly stronger in the sense that I could train my form on the squat, on the bench press, on the deadlift or something, on lower weights on the fast, and then when I start eating and training again, I'd be able to execute the exercise better and maybe get stronger, and then therefore build muscle. So I can train in that sense, but to me, the training is mostly important on when I'm eating, and I can actually break down this muscle with good conscience because I know I'm gonna refeeding with good food and building muscle and getting stronger. So when I fast, which I just do for a few days in a row, it's just a few day break from the routine I do always, you know. So it's not so important for me to train then really. And therefore, because I've gotten, especially lately, that question a lot about training on the fast. And when you ask that, before I even answer it, I would like to know, why are you even asking that, you know? Shouldn't the focus when fasting be just to fast? And of course, you can just move and be active, but can't you just do the lifting and the eating together? And the fasting is fasting, you know. That's kind of how I view it. So I can say I have trained. I do lift sometimes on the fast, but then it's almost just for fun, just because I like lifting, and maybe you're bored on the fast, you don't do too much. So I go to the gym, you know. But then I don't even view it most of the time as a workout, because it doesn't look, the intensity and weight and how I train, it looks nothing like the way I train normally, you know. And on my 1 week fast, I did it mostly just to prove, you know, it's not a problem to go to the gym while you're doing a week fast, basically. But if I would have a reason for doing it, it would be that, well, in my experience, prolonged fasting is already very muscle sparing. I have never really experienced muscle loss that I could see, you know. So I think that's why I care even less about training on the fast. But if I'm training for any other reason than just entertainment, and kind of, you know, it would be to send a signal to my body that I just, on my 1 week fast, I did 1 set per exercise, and it's just kind of to not break down muscle, because we're not eating protein to rebuild it, you know. Just send a signal to the body that, okay, we are apparently using this muscle even in this state of scarcity. So if possible, if you need protein for any other process, any process in the body, please take it from other tissue, because this muscle, look, we're using it. Because the body works like that. It responds to different signals you give it, and it gets a lot of signals, and it tries to make the best decision. So that's like the one reason I can see to train on the fast, really. We got some more. Oh, got it, thanks. Great going with the channel, Ashish says again. Thank you. Medul 10 Alpha, I think someone else, can I scroll in the chat on the phone? It's not optimal to scroll, to stream on the phone, yeah. Devon Pemberton, have you noticed any more loss of muscle compared to, say, caloric restriction when fasting? No, I've never really experienced muscle loss at all since I started this, and I feel like it's kind of blown out of proportion, the whole muscle loss thing. That if you're into training and you eat properly normally, and you train, just because if you keep doing that and you're on a caloric deficit, or you do a fast here and there, you're not gonna lose muscle, is my experience. I feel like yeah, just because, you know, some study might show something about just random people training and doing a caloric deficit or fasting. Well, there's not as much studying on fasting, but what I'm saying is that a lot of these things that get spouted, that yeah, a caloric deficit can lead to muscle loss, that's like from studies on just random people, that they are not maybe good at training to begin with, and how did they eat, like they were on a caloric deficit, but what was the quality of the food, and so on. So I feel like you know, if you look at studies, some things might lead to muscle loss, but I don't necessarily. For me, I've never experienced it on either cutting on a daily caloric deficit or fasting, and because I still eat, and I eat good food even on a deficit, and I train hard and good quality workouts as always. So I think that's the key. And then of course there's always a limit, like if you went on too extreme of a caloric deficit, or if you did too much fasting, like yeah, even if you trained well and had good quality food in the food you ate, if you went too extreme, of course you'd lose muscle at some point. More Medal 10 Alpha, I think people think dry fasting increased the chance of losing more fat. Yeah, for sure. But it's such a fucking quick fix thing. Like I've yet to hear about someone who was like, yeah, I lost a bunch of weight to dry fasting, and now I'm just lean and healthy, and like it's so extreme. So it's funny. Like fasting is extreme, of course. It's like a 100% caloric deficit, so it's already something extreme. But even with this, people are like, oh yeah, dry fasting. Can I lose more weight doing that? And it's like the interesting thing is, how can you lose weight and keep it off? Not how can you lose it as fast as possible. That's the thing. People are. It's like you have to find a way to enjoy doing this. It's not about what's the fastest way. Like, yeah, if you did back to back 72-hour dry fast or something, which I'm not telling you to do, by the way, but if yeah, you could theoretically lose weight super fast, but could you do that? Could you sustain that? And after that, you have not set yourself up for a normal routine whatsoever. Like, because back-to-back 72-hour fast, you're not gonna live that way at all, and you have not created a new routine at all. So, yeah. To be honest, I'm not dry fasting. I've done it as I like to challenge myself, and I can see some spiritual reasons to do it. I feel like when you're trying to free yourself from addiction, dry fast can help speed up that process even more than a regular fast. But I don't really see the point about doing dry. It's a little extreme, It must be dangerous for the kidneys under some circumstances, because dehydration is often the issue with kidney issues. So, if you're just losing weight, like fucking prolonged fasting on salt water is gonna do it fast enough. Think about ways to be able to do this consistently and keep the weight off consistently. Some more here. Will Devon Pemberton says, much appreciated, of course. Please, if you have anything more in the chat, we'll see. Maybe this will be a shorter stream because it was a little special. I got cut off at the start of the original one because of the internet issues. Medal 10 Alpha, I am eating around 1800 calories. I am losing fat every month, but I don't think I can see any muscle loss. But it might be also because I don't do cardio. I always do like 5 to 20 minute walking. Well, that's... good day, Bjarnen. Please interact with me here. This is a small little stream right now. Metal 10 Alpha, do you train? Like, you say your calories, you're losing fat every month, but I don't think I can see any muscle loss, but it might be also because I don't do cardio, 5 to 20 minute walking. Do you have muscle? Like, tell me about your body composition there. Do you have muscle? What do you look like right now? What do you weigh? What is your height? Do you lift weights? Do you have any muscle to lose even? And cardio is not going to be the issue. If you have a lot of fat to spare, like, just fucking walk. And it's not excessive. It's not doing a little cardio that would lose you the muscle. It would be not eating enough protein and not training. So 1800 calories. It sounds like not so much. Devon Pemberton, what about calisthenics training? Well, I would prefer, as always, that it wasn't such a broad question, but I guess I can talk about it in general. But, what are you asking? Do you know, are you asking if you can get strong doing that? Or are you asking if you can build muscle doing that? Well, I started out doing there on that door when it is open. Well, I can pull out the fucking pull-up bar here. See, this pull-up bar is more duct tape than anything else at this point, but I still have it. And calisthenics training is great, Like a pull-up bar is one of the best home workout equipments you could have. Yeah, because a lot of people can't even do many pull-ups. Like. It's like a compound exercise, so you can build some nice biceps and lats, a little bit of mid-back from that. And if you can get like rings or these like pallets or whatever they're called, so you can do full range of motion. Push-up is a great exercise, but the problem with it is that the floor is in the way. And so if you can heighten yourself in some way, you can get a better stretch on the pec muscle, longer range of motion. It gets a lot more difficult. But like it's and what I love about calisthenics training is that it's very athletic. You know, I use weighted chin-ups and weighted dips a lot as compound exercises because I prefer that to many exercises, because even if I'm doing it heavy and not too high reps, I like to shoot for 6 reps, about 6 reps on an exercise like that. But I like that I can build muscle and get stronger while being athletic. I actually have to stabilize and use the core, you know. So yeah, I would say wouldn't do only calisthenics training. I'm not interested in that, but I love to implement it. It's great, many great options. It's even better when you're untrained. You have even better calisthenics options because you know your relative strength is lower. Like even when you can do like 5 or 6 pull-ups only, that's like a great compound exercise to increase your strength, you know. But when you get stronger, well maybe you have to add weight and it gets more complicated in that way, you know. So calisthenics training, awesome, should be a part of everyone's regimen. I wouldn't do it only, and it's especially great for people starting out training. That's what I say. What more do we have? Bjarnen, have you ever had any experience working night shifts and training? It's funny because you say night shift with a K, so you mean like a knight in a white knight in shining armor shifts. No, I understand you mean working during the night. I don't have any experience doing that in training, to be honest, because when I got into this and got like. I guess I have worked night shift and done some kind of exercise, but then my lifestyle in general was more fucked up, so I can't do any big analysis of it. Since I started this lifestyle, the Uncommon Sense lifestyle, for about 3.5 years now, I've not worked any jobs like that. I haven't. I follow the circadian rhythm better, so no. Not much experience with that. It's interesting. A lot of bodybuilders and people that work with that, they are like weird. They are up all night, and they like both work and train in the middle of the night, like at 3 at night. That seems so weird. I've never done that. I don't know what the latest I ever worked out at was. Like probably just close to closing time. Some weekday in the gym I work in. If I didn't have time before, but they close at 10 at night, so probably never worked out later than that. So sorry. Phone predict text, yeah, about the knight and shining armor shifts. Devon Pemberton, switching from weights to calisthenics is kind of what I'm doing now. Don't switch from weights to calisthenics though. Do both. That is my opinion. I'm gonna try and think what calisthenics movement. Well, I guess it's mostly like pull-ups and dips I do, but I could see in some situations, like if you have rings and stuff, I've started doing an exercise called the pelican curl. Well, it's hard with the angle here, but it's when you have 2 rings behind you and you hang like that, and then you curl. So it's kind of a sort of body weight curl. Very heavy biceps exercise, but that's like, for me it's an advanced thing. I love using unconventional exercises to try to build muscle. Building muscle is not my only goal. To not go too long into it, an exercise like that could be a great accessory exercise to lots of others. But I also, you know, who does pelican curls to try and get bigger biceps, you know? So I think I love being creative like that. No, but calisthenics for sure. Do it, but why switch from weights though? Middleton Alpha, the guy eating 1800 calories. Yes, I'm doing around 1 hour to 2 hour of gym. Push-pull legs. I weigh around 67 kilos, 19-year-old. 5'6". I look athletic, not skinny at all. No, it sounds that sounds like you probably are like not big but athletic looking. But I don't know. It's hard to know you're athletic, not skinny at all. Okay, so you don't have that much fat. Well, if you just train like that and you eat enough protein and you're on a caloric deficit. And do a little bit of cardio, no, I wouldn't worry about losing muscle at all. And you're a young guy too, you know. It's easier to lose muscle the older you get. So I wouldn't worry about that at all. Just some advice for 1800 calories is probably kind of low, you know. So I think you would like to take a few days to eat just your maintenance calories, just to make sure your metabolism doesn't go down too much, because that can happen if you go too aggressive on a caloric deficit. The body will adjust, and yeah, it's good to just get some extra calories in to ramp that metabolism up sometimes. Well, this stream, it's hard to get it going, I think. I'm glad we got some engagement in the chat, but I feel like I got a little thrown off about starting the stream and my internet dying and doing this phone stream. But we done a little 20-minute stream, and I answered some of you guys' questions. Well, I see you dropped in a few guys here. You have the chance to ask me something. Otherwise, I didn't have time. I actually came right from the gym, like literally right from the gym to this stream. So I didn't have time to eat my beef. So might just eat that now. I'm kind of hungry, actually. Well, I think we'll do it like that. A little 20-minute stream instead of the first crashed one. Well, guys, I'm sorry about that. I don't know what happened with the internet, but let's hope it won't be like that next Sunday. I'm gonna upload a video this week as usual, and you know, I'm getting ready to close the screen, but I'm coming with a thumb in front of the camera. But yeah, anyways, guys, I'll see you later. Peace.